Up close and personal, he's seen bird-brained antics that rival any shenanigans in Tinseltown. Petty theft, gang wars, even cannibalism. No sin is beyond Walt's feathered friends. But mostly, these birds are wild for the nut that named them. They just can't get enough acorns. This is Hastings Reservation, where Walt lives, works, and has made most of his discoveries about woodpeckers.
This is a great place to work. My lab's right up here and my office is over there. I live just around the corner there. And right here is one of my main trees. This 300-year-old oak is the home of what amounts to the Ewing's family at South Fork in Dallas. In fact, my job is just like watching a soap opera. Watching them, seeing what they're doing, is endlessly entertaining. There they are now.
Like their TV counterparts, the Ewings live in seeming bliss. But as any Dallas fan knows, appearances can lie. This is JR. This is Bobby. They share the job of fathering the offspring. Exiting the boudoir is Sue Ellen. She and her sister Pamela are the clan's breeding females. Their 4 grown children also live at South Fork, but not happily. Lacking breeder status, they endure a sex-starved, subservient existence. To compensate, they collect acorns, feed babies, and scheme to grab nests of their own.
Let's go check out the neighbors.
The next plot belongs to the Barnes family. They'd steal South Fork in a Hollywood minute.
I study about 40 groups of acorn woodpeckers here at Hastings. Since they're spread out through the 2,000 acres of the reserve, it keeps me pretty busy keeping track of them all. These birds are the neighbors of the ones that live down there by my office. This one fell a couple of years ago and left them the perfect place to build their nest up there in the tree. Right now they have 3 nestlings in there.
In this avian soap opera, the Barnes
And she's relatively familiar with me at this point, so she says wacka to me every time I come home as well.
Until Lucia takes off, she's a terrific tenant and study subject.
One of the great things about woodpeckers is their tongue. They're extremely long, which is something that they have in order to be able to reach insects that are embedded deep in wood. And the way they manage that is that tongue fits into a tube that goes all the way to the back of the skull there and then actually wraps around to the top of the forehead, which is how it can be as long as it is. They're great. They're a lot of fun to watch, and they're a lot of fun to study, and they're very mysterious. They do very bizarre things. They have a lot of subtleties to their behavior, so it's kept things interesting over the years, trying to figure out what's going on. Not to mention trying to give my hand enough time to heal.
Spring has Carmel intoxicated. The romance quotient is soaring, and wild turkeys unabashedly flaunt their wares. Back at the ranch, Pamela Ewing has been busy, laying South Fork's first egg of the new season. A baby Ewing is on the way, glad tidings for one and all. But maybe not. Sue Ellen visits. She's paying her respects. Or is she? Egg napping isn't a crime among acorn woodpeckers. In fact, Stealing eggs is crucial to a smoothly functioning nursery.
I know it seems bizarre, but cannibalism actually makes sense in this system. Firstborn kids have a distinct advantage. So if your sister starts laying eggs before you do, what you gotta do is you gotta go in, take those eggs out, and eat them. Then you actually get a little nutritional lunch out of it, and it gives you a chance to get ready to start laying your own eggs. At that point, you can both lay eggs together in the same nest, and your kids are going to have an equal chance of fledging.
In the warm spring sky, the Ewings stage an air show straight out of Top Gun for an audience of one hummingbird. What are those wacky woodpeckers up to? They're celebrating life. A new generation has arrived. 2 babies are Sue Ellen's, 1 is Pamela's. With 2 mothers caring for them, the chicks have a better chance of survival. Only 4 days old, they're already expert attention getters. They're demanding to be fed. Insects are mother's milk to them. Crunchy and high in protein, the bug buffet is perfect for a growing chick. But finding food is hard work. Sue Ellen and Pamela are flying themselves to a frazzle. Fortunately, the non-breeder Ewings also help with daycare duty, pursuing targets in high-speed chases. Soon the babies look more like birds. As they gain size and weight, their appetites expand. Feeding keeps the adult woodpeckers in a frenzy. When time permits, they hit the snack bar. At the granary, a tired bird can snatch an acorn to boost its flagging energy. Then it's back to feeding those babies. By week 3, the chicks are stronger, hungrier, and at dinner time, anything goes. Room service will stop soon because all across the valley chicks are about to leave the nest. But first, they'll get a checkup from Walt and his assistant Joey.
Hello? You guys still up there? Ooh. Come on, guy.
Gopher snakes can be a problem.
Don't want you to eat those babies.
But snakes are the least of Walt's worries. Some nests are 50 feet up.
How old are these guys, Joey?
They should be 24 days old.
I hope they don't try to jump out of the nest.
What do we decide to use?
So it's black, bright pink, narrow metal.
Only the strongest chicks reach this point, and within a year of leaving the nest, half of those have perished.
And left-wing?
Yellow, dark blue.
Using coloured bands to identify each chick, Walt can track their growth and development.
69-2. A little light.
He knows a nestling's chances of survival are often determined by weight.
Okay, sweetheart. Get your wing. 98. Tail 47. Woodpeckers all look pretty much alike, at least to us, and they don't give us any clues as to who's actually breeding within a group. So in order to determine parentage of kids, we have to do a little bit of detective work. This amounts to taking a tiny blood sample from the wing veins of the birds and doing a DNA analysis on them. We've done that now for about 300 birds over the past 5 years, and it's begun to give us some insights into the mysteries of their behavior.
DNA reveals a lot, but you don't need a computer printout to know that an acorn woodpecker's life is tied to the changing seasons. For winged hunter-gatherers in this valley, autumn is prime time. When autumn finally reaches Hastings, the babies have fledged and the oak trees are full of acorns. But granaries are nearly empty, and every hole must be filled. For the woodpeckers, Harvest Festival means much more than fun and games. Each day they collect hundreds of acorns, one nut per trip. They may travel as much as 12 miles a day, flying solo across open country, exposed to many dangers. The valley is full of hawks. These skilled hunters kill one adult woodpecker in 5. Walt knows this season is crucial for the Ewings. The acorn crop seems thin, and the Ewings have fewer workers on the wing. If they can't fill their granary, the whole clan will be at risk. Surviving the winter is only half the battle. They'll need enough nuts to last through next spring. Up the hill, the Barneses are in much better shape. With more family members lending a friendly beak, their granary will soon be loaded. Collecting the acorns is only the first step. Each nut needs a snug fit. Acorns lure many animals, but California ground squirrels are really nutty for them. This bright-eyed, bushy-tailed burglar sees the South Fork granary as a sweet shop with a back door left open. While the Ewings focus on stocking their pantry, the squirrel is robbing them blind. And a nuthatch follows suit. The squirrel is a high-rise operator of amazing skill. Few animals can retrieve acorns from such tight spots. But even this accomplished thief is on borrowed time. The owners guard granaries like Fort Knox. The Ewings have survived winter's ravages. All their hoarding and patrolling seems to have paid off. Spring should be a happy time, but instead there's trouble brewing. Pamela disappeared last week, leaving this year's babies in Sue Ellen's charge. What happened to Pamela is a mystery, but foul play must be considered, especially with red-shouldered hawks nesting nearby. There's no evidence they were responsible for Pamela's vanishing act, but if the hawks didn't kill her, who did? And who's next? Then, early one morning, Walt awakes to a commotion at South Fork.
Huh. What's this? Oh. Who is this? See if we can find some more pieces here. Ooh. Oh. This is the breeding female in this group. This is female 1850.
Another South Fork female has bitten the dust. Female 1850 was Sue Ellen.
There's now a reproductive vacancy in this group, and that's an exciting event. There's going to be a power struggle here with helpers from all over the place converging on this territory and fighting it out to replace this female.
News of Sue Ellen's death spreads like wildfire. Leaving the Barnes tree, non-breeding females race competitors from across the valley to South Fork. The rivals are bound for an epic fight. The vacancies left by Sue Ellen and Pamela offer other females a shot at breeder status. The birds clash in aerial battles for this much-coveted prize. The abandoned Ewing babies sit helpless as the clan wars begin. The babies' hungry cries go unheeded as the two Barnes sisters gain the upper claw. The other birds flee. Those that tarry may die. The first victorious sister lands. The Barnes sisters have seized South Fork. The little Ewing princes are in peril. They may be the first to pay the price under the new dynasty. And they do. The Ewing chicks are history. The new order is embraced without question. For the surviving Ewings, the future starts today.
It's been really fun trying to unravel the mysteries of acorn woodpeckers. And the more I study them, the more I've come to appreciate the many kinds of problems that they face and the ways they cooperate to solve them. After all, they're highly social creatures, just like people. But I've also come to realize that when push comes to shove, it's every bird for itself.
And how about Walt's housemate, Lucia? Walt has mixed feelings as she departs. She's old enough to start a family, and she ought to be free. But if she's smart, she'll find another neighborhood. Yes, Lucia's back in her world, but it's a world full of bad luck, trouble, and cutthroats who'll do you in for the price of an acorn.
Stay tuned as we follow scientists and expert divers into the realm of nature's most efficient predators to discover how they work, rest, play, and why they attack. The Shark Files. Next.